Yeah, our subject is entrepreneurship education, and we're going to look at what we call the introduction. The introduction, and majorly in our introduction, we're going to look at the examination format, of entrepreneurship, looking at the 3 papers that are examined. We're going to look at the examination format. And in our examination format, we are looking at basically how UNEB sets this subject. According to UNEB, that is Uganda National Examinations Board, entrepreneurship is examined in 3 papers. That is to say, paper 1, paper 2, and paper 3. Yes, we are going to look at how UNEB examines these papers. That is in paper 1, in paper 2, and in paper 3. And we shall begin with now paper 1. And its code is P30/1. Why do we have it as P230/1? The reason is that this is a principal paper. It is a principal paper. Why do we call it a principal? We call it a principal because a learner is required to pass it. As we have said, there are 3 papers. Each learner has to pass each paper. If you fail one of these 3 papers, you are regarded as someone who has failed the subject. Even if you get a D1 here, a D1 here, and an F9 here, they award you with a subsidiary pass, which is represented by O. Letter O means it is a subsidiary pass, and this O is equal to 1 point. And therefore, a learner is said to have passed this examination of this paper, or this entrepreneurship as a subject, when this person has gotten 2 points up to 6 points. So if you get 2 points, that is a principal pass. 3 points, 4, 5, or 6, we say that you have passed this subject with a principal pass. Now, our paper 1 is examined as a principal paper. It is examined as a principal paper, and a learner is required to get at least 2 points, not 1 point, which we said is represented by letter O. When you get the 2.3, 4, or 5, or 6, we say that you have passed a paper. So now we are going to talk about paper 1. How does UNEB examine this paper? Because we said in our introduction, we are majorly looking at the examination format of this subject, and we are going to begin with paper 1, which we said it is P230/1. P stands for the word principal, which means a learner is supposed to pass this one with at least a credit D1 up to credit 6 for him or her to be awarded with a principal pass. Therefore, this paper consists of two sections. Yes, consists of two sections. That is paper 1. That is to say, section A and section B section A and section B. Section A consists of one compulsory question. Compulsory question which carries 20 marks. I repeat, this paper consists of this section consists of one compulsory question, meaning section A, and this question carries 20 marks. Carries how many marks? 20. And we are saying that it is compulsory. It is compulsory, meaning every student is required to attempt this section. Meaning every student is required to attempt this question. Yes. If you don't attempt this question, even if you attempt how many in the other section, you will be marked out of 80. Meaning out of 100, you have done the paper out of 80. That is the weight of this section. Therefore, it is compulsory. Then again, answers to this section must be concise and precise. Yes, the answers to this section must be concise and precise. What does it mean? We don't write too much here. You give short but meaningful points. You don't write too much. If they say state, for example, state, you are required to state. If they say outline, you are required to outline. If they say give, you are required to give. Mention, you are required to mention. So answers in this section are supposed to be short but meaningful. Let the points be having a clear meaning. Short but in a complete statement form. Therefore, the points must be short. The points should be short, but in a complete statement form. Complete statement form. The points, though short, but they must be having their full meaning. That is section A. Therefore, we don't need anybody to write too much. We don't explain the points. State the point, give the point, but in a complete statement form. Though it may be short, we don't write anything apart from giving the points. That is the section A of paper 1. Section A of paper 1. Where does this question come from? Because I say it is one question. Yes, it is one question, but with sub-questions. That is to say, question 1 with A, B, C, D, and E. Each part of this question 1 carries how many marks? 4 marks. Each part of this question, which question are we talking about? That is question 1. Carries 4 marks. 4 marks. Meaning, our question 1 has 5 subsections, sub-parts. It has 5 sub-parts, where each part or each sub-question, each part of this question, each part takes 4 marks, as we said, implying that 5 sub-parts of question 1 times 4 marks shall give us 20 marks. This is where the 20 marks come from. That is where the 20 marks come from. So section A carries 20 marks. I think that is done with section A. Then we look at section B. Section B of paper 1. This section consists of 6 questions. Consists of 6 questions. A learner is required to choose or attempt only 4 questions from section B, meaning a learner chooses 4 out of the 6 questions which are examined. Each question carries equal marks. These questions, each question has the same marks with the other. There is no question amongst these questions which is carrying or which carries more marks than the other. Each question takes the same mark. And therefore, the marks for each question is 20 marks. Meaning, each question carries 20 marks. What does it mean? It means that this section B, carries 80 marks. Where does 80 marks come from? Where does 80 marks come from? Remember we said a learner is attempting 4 out of 6 and each question carries 20 marks. Getting 80, we shall have a simple calculation, which is 4 questions times 20 marks is equal to 80 marks. Then 80 marks plus the 20 marks for section A shall give us 100% mark. Meaning this paper 1 is examined out of 100. 20 marks for section A and 80 marks for section B. It looks at very many things. Where we look at the knowledge, the questions set here are knowledge based. The questions set here are knowledge based. The questions are knowledge based, which is represented as K. We have got understanding questions which look at the way a learner understood, that is U. And it looks at the application, which is A, but majorly this one goes to paper 2, as we shall see. But these are the questions that appear, most of the questions that